Welcome to all Caribbean entrepreneurs. If you've been ready and waiting to take your business digital and get paid online while you sip something strong on the beach, this podcast is for you. We'll hear from the Caribbean's finest entrepreneurs on topics like e-commerce, business development, brand building, social media, their wins and failures. This is the only place in the region helping you navigate the digital age from the Caribbean's perspective. This is Digipreneur FM. And now, let's give it up for the Digiboss himself, Mr. Karan Rose.
Thank you to everybody tuning in to another episode of the Digipreneur FM podcast. How y'all good people in the Digipreneur FM family doing? How y'all doing? DJ, you know what to do, DJ. Fade us all the way out. DJ, fade us all the way out. I got to talk to the good people. June the 8th, episode number 77. You know, the funny thing is that a lot of the times I'll get on and I am like 99% certain I know what episode number we are on, and I say it, and then when I go to upload the episode, I'm like, oh, I was off by one. So the last episode, I believe I said I was on episode 75, and I was really on 76, but I only realized it when I uploaded the episode. But yeah, we're on episode number 77. God is good. Yes. So today's episode, we like to have some fun. I believe we have some fun. You guys always give me the feedback that y'all enjoy the podcast. You know, if y'all enjoy the podcast, boom, bang, bang, let me get a boom, bang, bang. But yeah, we always have some fun on the podcast. And, one of the things that I wanted to start doing more, I do it a lot on social media, but I haven't necessarily done it a lot on the podcast. But what I want to start doing more of is I want to start diving into specific niches, and I want to look at the data behind those niches, look at the data in those niches, and start providing tangible things that you guys could be doing, guys and gals could be doing based on your particular niche, right? And it's going to do a couple of things. One, anytime I get to do market research, for me, it's always practice, always keeping your skills fresh. The tools are always updating, so you get to see new insights and new data and whatnot that just helps you be more strategic. So that's one for me. But then it also allows you guys to hear the types of data that we have access to that would allow you to be more strategic in your business, to make better decisions. It also help with your marketing strategies, your business development, and get a clearer understanding of what is happening within your niche in a particular country, right? So I want to look at a niche today, and I want to pull some data, and I want to take a look at, things that we could be doing from a marketing perspective, but then what are some opportunities for us to start to generate revenue as well, right? And I want to use practical niches. So even if this is not your niche, what you want to be taking from this episode is the types of data that we're able to pull, right? But then also start thinking, put it in context with your niche. If I'm talking about one industry, could this be done in your industry, even if it needs to be modified a little bit, right? So the information is going to be good for everybody. Even if we're not specifically referring to your niche, think about your niche while we're going through the information, and think about what type of opportunities are available for you in your niche, all right? Gives you an opportunity to be creative as well, all right? And then you know what? I can't tell you how many times in so many of the people that I follow and the books that I've read where inspiration happens to everybody, when they're not thinking about the industry. And I think that's the same for me as well. I've learned so much about live streaming from gamers. And I don't game. I don't own a PlayStation. I don't own an Xbox. I haven't owned one in like over 7 or 8 years at this point. I don't game. I don't game. So there's no real reason for me to be watching gamers. But, when the pandemic hit, I was seeing, a lot of the e-gaming industry was was booming and still booming. And I was just seeing them popping up a lot on my YouTube, and I was just looking at their equipment and then just seeing how they would, their gaming, their screen sharing, the lighting is good, the backgrounds are good, the audio quality. And I'm like, I started to pay attention to, how they were doing their streams. And I learned a lot about streaming from gamers, right? So a lot of the information or a lot of the best ideas come when you're not thinking about your niche and you're listening to other niches and seeing how, things are happening for other people in other spaces, and you're able to get that creative juice and apply to your industry. All right. So in today's episode, I'm going to be taking the niche of a seamstress. I'm going to be looking at this space of seamstresses, or what would we call that? It's not really the industry, but, the skill set of a seamstress. All right. I'm going to be looking at that. And I'm going to be looking at, 5 things a seamstress could do to build their brand and also earn more money and build brand authority. All right. So if y'all would allow me to get started, let's dive right into it. So 5 things a seamstress could do to build brand, earn more money, and build brand awareness. Let's go. So number 1. Well, doing the market research and pulling up, different things related to seamstresses, the first thing I see is that seamstresses have a major opportunity to teach. So when I'm looking at the data, right, I'm seeing a lot of search queries for people looking for information. They want to learn. They want to be taught. And the questions that they're asking are, it's a wide amount. So let me give you guys an example. So we're going to be looking at Trinidad, right? So we're going to be looking at the data pulled from Trinidad around seamstresses and the industry and what, people are looking for. So this is your audience. This is what they're looking for. So the data that we're pulling is looking at the data from the last 30 days as to, what they're looking for with respect to seamstress. So these are things that people are searching for in Trinidad and related to in relation to seamstresses. So we have questions like, can seamstresses make a dress bigger? Can they make a dress smaller? Can they make pants bigger? Can they fix a zipper? How much do seamstresses make? How do you become a seamstress? How long does it take to become a seamstress? Where do I find seamstresses? Let's see what else. Let me see what else. How can seamstresses make dresses? How can seamstresses make slip covers, wedding dresses, curtains? So these are some of the questions that people are asking in relation to seamstress, right? Now, what you could do with that information is that's content. That's content for you guys to teach. You guys can now turn those questions into YouTube videos or, written articles, step-by-step how-to guides where you guys are showing people how you would go about making a bigger dress, or how you would, make a pants smaller, or how you would go about fixing a zipper. Now, when you are teaching people, this is great content for your YouTube channel or for your website, all right? When you're teaching, what that's going to do is that's going to generate more traffic coming to your blog or coming to your website, or coming to your YouTube channel. People are Googling these things. And if you are the one that is showing up, answering their questions, that is a way for them to get familiar with who your brand is. Remember, people are not searching for your name. If you're not famous, they're not searching for your name. So what you always have to be doing is looking at what is happening in the industry. What are people searching for in relation to my industry? And let me go about creating that content. That way, you're leaving those breadcrumbs online for people to come and find you. So when somebody types in, hey, seamstress near me in Trinidad and Tobago, we need you to show up. When people are asking things like, can a seamstress make clothes bigger? We should be seeing either an article on your website detailing how you would go about doing it or different ways to go about doing it, or a YouTube video breaking down or answering that question. That way, when people are searching for these things in your specific country, you are the one showing up. Remember, Google and these search engines all work by geolocation. So they always want to show you what is coming from your country first, the content coming from your country first before they go elsewhere. And the biggest issue that I see with businesses and entrepreneurs in the Caribbean is that we don't make content. We make ads. So we hard sell. We're always, selling, hard sell, buy this, join my class. We hard sell, but that's not content. Remember, content is educational, it's entertaining. Content takes into consideration what your people actually want. And then you're turning around and positioning yourself as the leader or as the expert and answering those questions. And then you are showing up when those questions are being asked on the search engines. And that's how you bring traffic back to your platform, right? So the first thing I would do as a seamstress is I would start to teach. Get your website, start the blog, start doing how-to guides, start the YouTube channel, start answering the questions via video content. Look and learn how to do the digital market research to see exactly what people want, and then turn that into content. Right? Because all of these, there was over 360 questions asked around seamstresses and that industry in Trinidad and Tobago in the last 30 days. Right? And tons of content that you guys could be diving into. All right. Number 2. So we're talking 5 things seamstresses could do to build their brand and earn more money. Number 2, I would create checklists for beginner guides, intermediates, and advanced people who are looking to get into the industry. So I would create a checklist for things like the tools that they need, right? If you have a checklist for the tools that they need for a beginner, so you have an article that says, hey, if you want to become a seamstress, and you're fresh, nothing about the industry, nothing about the business, here's a checklist for all of the tools you need in your beginner's kit to get started. And have that list out as either an article on your website or a video on YouTube. And the reason why I say article on your website or video on YouTube is because, remember, those 2 platforms are searchable via the search engines. Yes, you could take that content and you could put it as a carousel on Instagram, or you could put it as a video on social media. But remember, those things are not searchable via the search engines, right? You have people that are jumping on Google, jumping on Bing, jumping on Yahoo, and they're typing in things like how to get started as a seamstress, right? What do I need to get started as a seamstress? So if your article or your video is showing up and you have a checklist, remember, you are establishing credibility. You're also building trust. These people are then going to want to subscribe to your YouTube channel or subscribe to your email list to continue to learn, for you to help them along their journey, right? Now, when you have these lists, when you have these checklists, this also is going to open you up to affiliate marketing. So think, if you have a checklist for everything that person needs to get started in sewing, and you link those products to Amazon or any other affiliate platform, when they go click on the link and they purchase their stuff to get started, you're going to be earning a commission as well. All right? So that opens you up to more revenue from that. Okay? Now, if you don't want to do affiliate marketing, this also opens you up to stocking the items. You could have beginners packages. So you could show people, hey, this is everything you need as a beginner. If you are more advanced, here are some of the advanced tools that you need. And if you are an expert, here are some of the expert tools that you need. And you could start stocking these items. That way, somebody could say, hey, I read your checklist. I want to purchase the beginner package. And you could have those packages ready, stocked, ready to go. Remember, when you're buying in bulk, you can get discounts. So you could be buying these things, stocking them, creating the beginner's package, the intermediate package, the expert package, and then having these things on your website for people to purchase, right? People could purchase them, and then you earn money like that. Or if you don't want to stock the items, then this is a great time for you to learn about drop shipping. Who can you partner which platform can you partner with to do drop shipping? And when they purchase the beginner's packages, or the intermediate packages, or expert packages, your drop shipping partner, they deliver it out to your customers. So you just have to focus on the marketing side. So just doing a checklist for, the tools. And again, it doesn't just have to be the tools. You could have a checklist for, hey, this is a checklist of all of the patterns or the stitches that a beginner should know. And then maybe you have links to either your free content, or if you have an online school, you have a link to your online academy teaching the basic package. So you're teaching. So if somebody doesn't want to, say, purchase the package, you're still teaching them, right? They're still coming to your platform. They still know about you. They might still subscribe to you to learn, all right? And then if you have the online school teaching the basics, great. They could go and subscribe, or they could at least still subscribe to your email address because they view you as the thought leader and they want to continue to learn from you, all right? So I would get into creating checklists for, beginner tools, not even just, I'm not going to be specific, but just think guides. Create checklists for different guides to tools, guides to patterns, anything that is within your industry that you could start to create checklists for, so that, people have a basic understanding as to what is needed to achieve this result. Get those guides done. All right. That's number 2. Number 3, we're talking 5 things a seamstress could do to build their brand and earn more money. Number 3 is do reviews of clothing. So break down, this is great content. Break down what is good designs. Break down good stitching. Break down the bad work. Create that platform where people are also looking to you as the expert, and you can have some fun by critiquing work. Do case studies. Show people, who does amazing work in the industry. Break down why you believe their work is amazing. If there are, people or businesses or brands that do shoddy work, or, they don't, the way that they do their sewing doesn't last, break down why it doesn't last. Show things like what you would have done if you were to work for that company. So you say, hey, have you ever noticed, we're taking a look at, Louis Vuitton, and we're looking at Coach. And one of the reasons why, Coach lasts longer than Louis Vuitton, even though Louis Vuitton costs more, is because of this. Look, the materials they use. Look at the stitching. But here's why Coach lasts longer, because this is what they do. Break down those types of things. It's going to give you a platform. People are going to look at you as the expert. Have fun with it. It's entertaining and educating content. People are going to be finding a new way for them to subscribe to you and for them to watch you. They want to tune in every day to Critical Tuesdays, where you're breaking down, a brand's stitching or how they make their materials or the types of materials. People want to see that type of stuff, all right? When I'm going through a lot of the content from, seamstresses and fashion designers, we don't really see a lot of that stuff in the Caribbean, all right? So, especially because even when they do it, they leave that content strictly on social media. So when somebody is, jumping on Google and looking for these type of information, remember, your social media is not searchable. So it's not coming up in the number one place that we go to find information. So this is why you want to have your website. You want to have your YouTube channel, because when people go looking for these things on Google, on Bing or Yahoo, your content can show up because the search engines are indexing your websites, are indexing your YouTube channels. All right. So keep that in mind. But yeah, do the clothing reviews, do the breakdowns, review the techniques, review the different fabrics. That's great content. People are constantly looking for that. Number 4, sell patterns. Create your own patterns. Remember, you're a seamstress, right? So sell patterns. Create your own patterns and sell them via your channels. People, I'm looking through the data. People are looking for patterns on various things. So if you can create your own patterns and then you could sell your patterns on your websites, again, that's additional income for you, right? You could talk about the different types of patterns. That's going to be great content. If you're breaking down things like if you have a blog or a video on your website or a video on YouTube talking about, hey, these are the top 5 patterns in 2022. Like, this is going to be great traffic coming to your platform and a great way to position your brand as a thought leader. All right. And then again, if you're creating the patterns, you can go ahead and sell those patterns on your website or any e-commerce platform. All right. Number 5, product reviews. Woo! Come on, folks. Product reviews. Review the tools of the trade. Review the sewing machines. Review the different types, the different brands of the tools that you are using. Review the different fabrics. Review that. Put it on YouTube. Get it on your website in article form. People are looking for reviews of machines. People are asking online, like just in Trinidad alone. Where is it? Let me just look for it. Just in Trinidad alone, the question of which is the best sewing machine was asked over 465 times. Which is the best sewing machine? All right. So people are looking for reviews of the tools of the trade. So if you are a seamstress, remember, you got to be a content creator too. So review the tools of the trade, review the machines, give your honest reviews. And what that's going to do is that's going to open you up to affiliate marketing again. So you can partner with people who are selling the products. You can go on Amazon, drop your affiliate links, and if people like the review that you did and they want to purchase, you'll get commission. But then also that puts you on the map for brands to reach out to you and establish brand partnerships. And it'll be fully aligned. Because if you are, if you are a seamstress and you're utilizing, particular tools for your own purposes, and you are, you're reviewing it, you're talking about it, and brands start to reach out to you, you could now generate additional brand awareness by a brand partnership or a brand collaboration. And then also that brings in more money because the brands are going to pay you to use their products and to create content, right? So start reviewing the tools of your trade. Review the sewing machines. Review the different types of needles. Review the different types of fabrics. Review the different brands in your industry. Tag them. Show people how to get the most out of the tools. And that will open you up for affiliate marketing, but also open you up for brand partnerships. All right. So that's today's episode. I know you guys are accustomed to my hour-long episodes, but you know what? I think these are good. So anytime I do the industry reviews and the niche reviews, and we pull some data and we see what's happening in your space, then we're gonna keep it nice to the point. And I also think I'm losing my voice too. I feel like I'm losing my voice as well. So I don't have it. I don't have the 60 minutes in me today. But nonetheless, this is good. In, out, tangible, practical, something that you guys could utilize, right? So remember, even if you are not a seamstress, right? Look at the different points that I talked about today and see, can you pull anything and make it workable for your industry, right? Also, when you hear this episode, reach out to me on social media or reach out to me via email or my website and let me know what your industry is. And, again, I want more of your industries that you guys are into, and I will pick them and I will do content around them as well. All right. So definitely reach out to me with your industry and I will pull data and I'll do an episode on your industries as well. I mean, again, it's good content for me. It's also good practice for me. All right. So yeah, this was good. I like this. So check it out. Those are the 5 things that, seamstresses could do to build their brand and earn additional money. If you guys enjoyed this episode, feel free to jump on Apple Podcasts, jump on Spotify, drop a review. Remember, the reviews help the Digipreneur FM podcast continue to grow every single month, and we spread the cheer throughout the entire world, right? Drop a rating. Let me know how I'm doing with the podcast. So drop a rating, drop a review. That feedback is always amazing for me, and again, it helps the podcast grow, all right? You can follow me over on social media. I am on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, at Keron Rose, KeronRosc. Jump over on social media. Go ahead and follow me. I continuously help people build their digital presence and monetize their platforms, and also show people how to do, market research. We have fun by, looking at the industries, providing data so you guys can be more strategic and whatnot, right? And last but not least, check out the KeronRose.com website. Again, we dive into more stuff in building your digital presence, monetizing your platforms, and you guys will also learn about all of the upcoming workshops and events that I'm a part of that you guys will be able to attend. And last but not least, check out the digipreneur.fm website to stay up to date on all things happening with the podcast. Lastly, I will add in every single Friday, because this is pretty new and I still have to work it into my mental notes of, when we're closing out the show, but every single Friday from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, you guys know I am now live on Freedom 106.5 with the digital world, myself and my co-host Samantha Best. We talk all things online business, marketing, e-commerce, entrepreneurship, and other tech-related news. All right, that's every Friday, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. And if you're not in Trinidad and Tobago, you guys can actually go to Freedom 106.5's website to watch the live stream, and you guys can watch the live stream from there. It's a video feed, so you guys will see our guests that we have in studio, and you'll see yours truly in the feed as well. And and last, before I forget, don't forget, every single Thursday, we have the Digipreneur column where we are teaching everything entrepreneurship, online business, marketing, e-commerce, and also featuring some of the Caribbean's biggest and brightest and up-and-coming entrepreneurs on the Digipreneur column in the TT Newsday. All right, that's in print and also on their website, and I usually share those links to the articles on my social media platforms so you guys can check them out. All right, so that is it from me today, folks. Happy Hump Day. I hope you guys have an enjoyable rest of the week. Take care.
You've been listening to the Digiboss, Keron Rose. We hope your notepad was filled after this episode. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. The learning doesn't stop, folks. And to make sure you don't miss any gems from the Digiboss, go over and follow him on all social media platforms at Keron Rose. Folks, don't just sit there with a notepad. We need you to implement at least one thing into your business before the next episode. That's the only way your business levels up. Thanks for listening to Digipreneur FM. Now go be great.